Hey y'all. Currently it is 9 a.m. and it is July 12th, 2025. And I have work for 10, and like I said, it's 9:02. So I'm gonna hurry up and go to the library and print out these messages that I have from my ex's brother, because I don't know if I told y'all or not, but after my ex got served with his protective order, he tried to get me arrested for taking a phone that he knew what was on my plan and I was paying for, and he tried to lie and say that, I still had the phone and I stole it from him. So the funny thing is, on the affidavit, he put that I stole an iPhone 6 from him. But the iPhone 6 is the phone that he bought after we separated, because I reported the phone that he had as stolen, because he knew that, you're not keeping my phone. Like, I bought that for you while we were together for you to use because you didn't have a phone. I bought that for you. The only gift that I gave him was the Apple Watch. And then even my iPad, he stole that too when he knew that was for our baby, and he went and stole it and sold it. His mom told me he sold it at the little machine in Port Allen's Walmart. So anyway, I'm on the way to the library to print out the picture of the affidavit that he sent to his brother, because if it was not for him being premeditated, because he's the type of person that he will send you what he's about to do. So he sent his brother the affidavit, to show like, oh, she finna be in jail, haha. And his brother told his mama, and his mama called me and told me to get out of Plaquemine because he was trying to get me arrested. Like, the cops were looking for me type stuff when they weren't. So I had to call the officer that was going to sign a warrant for me, and tell him what happened. And just know everything got handled behind the scenes. I can't say what happened, but it got handled. So yeah, I'm going to print that out to show, this was premeditated backlash, basically, like premeditated retaliation, because you only went to press charges on me and then you lied. So now you're trying to use the justice system to your advantage, and you lied and said I stole an iPhone 6 when I did not. I took an iPhone 16 because it was on my plan, and I had to turn that in or they were going to charge me for it. But I got lucky and they took it all off my plan since it was stolen. But yeah, I'm going to print it because I'm rambling. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going to print this out, and hopefully I can make it to work on time, because I don't know why I was going the opposite way to Plaquemine to go to their library whenever I can go to Port Allen's library and then be 20 minutes away from my job versus 50 minutes. So yeah, I'm going to do that. And also, I went and picked up my copy of the police report from what happened whenever we were at court last time, because come to find out, everybody in the courthouse knew what happened. Like, all the judges and everybody, they knew what happened before court, because I didn't think anybody would know, because the doors didn't open until 9 o'clock. The doors didn't open until 8:30, and this all happened around 8 o'clock, 8:20, but they knew. And that's why they wanted me to have Iris to represent me, the domestic violence center, because they became worried for me, because why are you calling the cops on one of my witnesses and, making threats and stuff like that? So they were worried. But yeah, there's no continuance this time. I called them ahead of time, the clerk's office, and I asked them, I said, Iris is not going to represent me because I had a protective order before and I dropped it because he threatened me. So they said they're not taking my case. So they told me, okay, that's fine. We're still going to continue with the protective order hearing and you're going to be fine. I said, okay, good. So this time is for real. And I feel like some people might want to know how a protective order hearing goes. And I want to be that person that explains it, because I'm the type of person that I overthink. Hey y'all, so I'm editing this and I realized that I ran out of storage while I was talking at that point. But all I was saying was that I'm the type of person that I overthink everything. Like, I'm always thinking about scenarios and what could happen and stuff like that. So I would like to tell how a protective order hearing goes, because maybe that can put somebody else's mind at ease and they know what they're walking into, because I did not know what I was walking into. So yeah, keep watching. Hey y'all, today is the day. Like, oh my god, at first I was mad that I had to wait so long for this day to get here, but now it's the day. I just dropped my baby off to daycare, so now I'm on the way to the courthouse. It is currently 6:34. I'm not gonna lie, I'm nervous, and I didn't even eat food this morning because I knew it was go immediately. I was about to go to the bathroom, so I didn't eat, and I'm hungry, but I have my coffee, and I should be at the courthouse around 7, but the doors don't open until 8:30, and court doesn't start until 9. So I'm just gonna sit there and make sure my binder is the way I want it to be. I'm gonna review everything, make sure I'm not leaving anything out, and that's all I can do, and pray and hope that this goes the way that I need it to go, because honestly, I need this win, because he's done me so much in these 2 years that I deserve a win. Because even whenever we went to court for our criminal stuff, he was telling me that he was having fun. He was having fun going to court because he knew that I was going to lose. What? Like, that's insane. So, I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to update you guys whenever I get to the courthouse, and I'm going to show y'all my binder, just so we can see what we're working with. And yeah. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself. All right, y'all, I made it to the courthouse. I am the first one here. We're here, just waiting. Of course, I'll be the first one here because it's 7:07 and court does not start till 9 a.m. But that's just me. I get a super nervous person. I have anxiety, and I like to get to places early so I can sit down and like panic, if that makes sense. So I'm about to go over my binder. I have everything I need. I might separate, because I have some sheet protectors, some extra ones, because I feel like I should separate some of the papers that I have so like it's easier to flip through, because I don't know if she's like, she might just say give me the whole damn binder, because all the stuff I have, like, yeah. But since you guys are here, I'm gonna read off all my my timeline of events just so I can practice speaking. All right. May 4th, 2025, I wanted to visit my dad and other family members after a tragic death in the family. He had a strict time limit on how long I can be with them, even though I had asked him to either drop me off or allow my dad to bring me home. When I stayed longer than he approved, he became irate, saying he wanted to visit his grandmother. He called me evil and gave me the silent treatment whenever I returned home. He then left with our vehicle and refused to speak to me. I packed my bags and left. May 6th. He faked a suicide attempt for attention, got Port Allen police involved. He also made a Facebook post discrediting me by lying, saying I stole his things and destroyed my trailer. This was an attempt to scam people out of their money. He claims blessings were coming to his Cash App. I have proof of this incident. In May 2025, I don't have the exact day, but he tells me he has a cop friend that he got to sit at the church across from my home. He proceeds to name every car in the driveway and their placements. This proves that he was near my home and left me fearful. After he threatened me to drop my first protective order, he called a Port Allen officer and told them that he got his family to convince me to drop the order. He then proceeds to tell the cop that he wants to press charges on me for giving away his chickens, even though he never came with a police escort to get them, and his grandmother told me to give them away because they were not coming to her house. He told me that he showed Judge Lurie and the clerk of court videos of me defending myself from him, but he cropped out the parts where he was punching me in my legs to make himself look like the victim. This is what made me drop the first protective order. May 17th or May 18th, the defendant was upset that I would not be on FaceTime with him all night, so he told me he was going to expose me to my mother. He proceeded to harass my mom through fake numbers and tell her lies about me to get her upset with me. I have the messages he sent my mother to support this. Also, May 30th, 2025, he called my new job and lied about me getting fired for threatening behavior from Rouse's, my old job, in hopes of getting me fired. He told my new job that I was fired from Rouse's because I was cursing out all of my managers, and I threatened to shoot the place up because I have a gun. This statement is completely false. I was still working for Rouse's at the time. They did not know I was quitting until a few days later because my job had to call Rouse's to make sure these statements were not true. He also stalked my home again. He asked me about a red Volvo in the yard, making it known he was near my home. I have a police report, a witness statement, and messages to support all of these claims. He would also hack my AT&T account. Despite me changing all of my passwords, he would call me and tell me who I've been on the phone with, what time we were on the phone, and the duration of the call. May 31st, he called my new job again and lied to one of my coworkers by saying I gave him AIDS. He did this after telling me on the phone that he's going to make sure nobody wants me at that job and he wants me to be fired since I won't take him back. June 1st, 2025, he sent the police to my mom's house to try and take our baby. I have a police report to support this. June 3rd, 2025, I refiled for protective order due to continued harassment. June 7th, after days of running from the police, Jeremiah was finally served with my copy of my protective order at a motel because he took my child from me for a night. He then told the cops that he was going to have me in jail before the court date, and he even refused to give back my child's car seat and his diaper bag by lying and telling the police officers that he paid for it, which he did not, and I have proof that he did not. And we had to wait over an hour in the car in the heat until my mom was able to bring me another car seat and formula and milk because I had no milk and no bottles and my baby was hungry. June 9th, 2025, Jeremiah went to Justice of the Peace in Plaquemine to press charges on me for a phone I did not have. He told the officer that I stole his iPhone 6, which was not true. During our relationship, I let him borrow an iPhone 13 Pro Max. When we separated, he refused to return the phone, so I reported that and my iPad as stolen. He knew the phone was not his, so he purchased the iPhone 6 after. Since he did tell me and the cops when he was served that he was going to have me in jail before the court date, this shows premeditated retaliation. If he would have never sent his brother the photo of the affidavit, and if it wasn't for his mother calling me to warn me, I would have been falsely imprisoned because of his retaliation. This shows how he is not using the legal system to seek fairness and resolve issues. He uses the legal system as his tool for control and retaliation. He did not care about who was going to take care of my child if I were arrested. He was only interested in punishing me for seeking protection for myself. All right, he contacted a jail where he wanted to work and had a woman pose as my sister to tell lies about me. She falsely claimed I was abusive and controlling towards him to justify his abuse towards me. This was an attempt to discredit me again and manipulate the situation in his favor. Right. June 24, 2025, the last court date, Jeremiah called the police on a potential witness I had because he did not want her to testify against him. He beat on her window, called her out of her name, and threatened her. We had 4 officers outside before court began just to calm him down. My witness decided to just be a support for me because she became afraid of him. Also, while waiting for the courthouse to open at approximately 8:25 a.m., Jeremiah told a police officer, "Oh, you must not know I have favor here, so I'm not worried about anything at this courthouse." This is him alluding once again that he has power here over the judges and clerk's office, and he was trying to intimidate me. And that's all on my list of events, which is crazy because I'm saying all like that wasn't a lot, but yeah, that's all the crap he's been doing over the past 2 months towards me. So I'm hoping that the judge can see that he's crazy and that I really do need protection from him, because what the hell? Like, if I did not have this temporary protective order, I'm sure he would still be going crazy on me right now. So yeah, I'm gonna be praying that they, see how he is, because when he comes to court, he puts on his professional front, like he's such a great guy and he's so professional and he's so like just, I don't know, I don't like it, but you know how narcissists do. So I'm just hoping she sees through his act that he puts on in the courtroom and hears what I'm saying on these papers and my evidence to back it up, because I have the evidence. Look, I have the evidence, Bookie. I have the evidence, Bookie. Like, I have it all. So yeah, you guys wish me luck, and I'm gonna come back whenever everything is over so I can explain to you guys how a protective order hearing goes. So my ex just showed up, and as soon as I saw him, my heart started beating so fast. Like, I'm kind of shaking a little bit. I hate that I get like that. Like, I hate it, but it's only 7:27 and the doors don't open for another hour. So this is nerve-wracking, and like I'm prepped as much as I can be, but it's still nerve-wracking. And last time he had no evidence. He tried to bring his phone in because he wanted to show a picture of his grandma holding my baby at church, and he was going to lie and say that I brought my child into the church and placed my child on his lap, knowing that I have a protective order against him. So this time he has a folder in his hand, and you just never know the type of things that he's going to display. That's the nervous part. So I'm just going to stay calm, and they'll know who's lying and who's not, you know. So I think he's going to try to show how I broke my first protective order I had against him and try to use that as like, oh, she's not scared of me. But this is a whole new protective order. You done a whole bunch of more things from the last time. So yeah. Hey y'all, this is my second time trying to record this because apparently I ran out of storage while I was recording, and then let me record for 8 minutes and then it deleted it afterwards. Court did not go how I expected at all, and my heart hurts so bad because it just didn't feel right to me. But I'm going to talk about the details of what happened on my podcast. If y'all want to follow and subscribe, it's Trinette Talks on Spotify. But I also do drop the episodes on my YouTube channel on Mondays. So if you do want to listen, I will be posting them on Monday, whatever Monday that follows. So for this, I'm going to explain the process of how the protective order hearing went, because I said I would do that for y'all. And I can't speak for any other state, even any other city. I got cut off again. But so for the protective order hearing, the way it went was we had to be to court for 9 o'clock. We were in the courtroom. We were waiting for the hearing officer, and she came in and she called roll. She called roll. That was it. And she left back out. They took a recess. So before she came in, I forgot to add, Iris is a domestic violence center, and I wasn't even expecting anyone to represent me from Iris. But whenever I got there, the attorney pulled me and all the other females that had protective order hearings out in the hallway, and he spoke to us for a while. And then when the hearing officer came in to call roll, he let us go back in the room. So she called roll, and then they took a recess. So I'm thinking the recess gonna be like 1 or 2 hours. You know, that's fine, because I've been to court before, and the hearing was just about that long, maybe 3 hours at the most. Tell me why she did not come back until about 4 o'clock. And the courthouse opens at 8:30 and they close at 4:30. So she didn't come back till about 4 o'clock. So they had other people, as I said, that were here for protective order hearings. But either the people weren't served, like the defendants weren't served, or the defendants didn't show up to court, so they had to reschedule it. And one guy, he was there with his mom, his 80-year-old mom, and she was trying to get a protective order on her son. And the son that she had with her got so mad that he was waiting so long, he cursed out the attorney, and they left. So by the time 4 o'clock rolled around, it was just me and my ex. We were the only two left for a protective order hearing. So they pulled everyone else out of the courtroom we were in, and they left us in the courtroom. So they made us come sit forward. We sat at a little table. It had 2 microphones, one for him, one for me. And next to me, they had people from the clerk's office. So they were sitting next to me. Then they had an officer sitting near him. They had 2 lawyers in the back. I guess they were recording or like documenting the everything for the record, basically. So I was able to speak first because she said since I'm the one that filed, I was able to give my testimony first. And then she let me know that he was going to be able to give his testimony, and he was going to be able to cross-examine me, and then I was going to be able to cross-examine him back. Keep that in mind. So I give my testimony, and I was just so nervous that I was talking too fast. I was skipping over evidence. I was like messing up. Like I feel like I didn't express enough the things that he did to me, because I read y'all all my timelines, but I didn't know if I was supposed to read everything and then submit the evidence, or submit it as I was going. And I should have submitted as I was going. So yeah, I said what I had to say, and I didn't feel like I was done, but I just said I was finished. And she let him tell his testimony. He completely twisted everything in his favor. Like, he painted me as if I filed the protective order out of spite because he moved on and he was messing with different females, and I was mad. I only did this to keep my child away from him, and I was mad that he was entertaining different females. That's how he perceived me, and they bought it. But anyway, so yeah, he got to give his testimony full of BS, and then he got to cross-examine me. So I'm going to go into detail about what he asked me on my podcast. So if you are not following my podcast, Trinette Talks on Spotify, I'm going to drop it on here too, so just stay tuned. So he got to cross-examine me, and it got to a point where the judge got so fed up with him that she just stopped everything. She stopped everything. And she said, you know what? I feel like this isn't really a like fear for your life type of thing. And she told me that protective orders are for like life and death situations. She said this is more of a harassment type of thing that he's been doing. So she told me that I can have a 3601 injunction, and that's basically like a protective order, but it's not as strict, or some, I don't know how she explained it to me. I cannot remember. So she was basically saying that he can't contact me, he can't call my job, he can't come to my job, he can't come to my house. And she was saying if he does do these things, he can still be penalized, but it's not as extreme as a protective order. Like, he's still allowed to have a weapon. With a protective order, he can't have it. So yeah, that happened. And she was asking me, am I okay with that? Would I rather do that instead of a protective order? And I said, I really don't know. And so she had to go handle something with another case right quick. So she left and gave me time to think. And I was just so distraught. Like, I was just so distraught that at that point I gave up and I just went with it. I said, okay, that's fine. She said, yeah, because he still can't contact you. He still, like, it seems like you just want him to leave you alone. I said, yes. And so she was going to make it to where we both had the injunction, but she just got so fed up with him. She was like, you know what? You didn't file anything against her. She only filed against you. So I'm going to give her the injunction against you. So, you know, he can't call my job. He can't come near my job. He can't come to my house. He can't talk to me. So, yeah, that's how that went. And I'm just mad at myself that I let my nervousness get the best of me. And I did not stick to the facts. I didn't stick to the facts hard enough. I didn't know that I could sit there and read off every text message, every screenshot, everything that I had. Because he sat there, he had our messages, and he read the messages when I flashed out on him because he was hurting my feelings. He read that out to the judge, read every single message to the judge. He took his time, and I regret not taking my time. So if y'all have to go to a protective order hearing, take your time. Because I'm thinking about, oh, it's past 4, like they need to get out of here. Let me hurry up and stuff. Stop worrying about other people. Worry about yourself. Because I messed over me. And I let them get this bad image of me because I didn't take my time, okay? So take your time. I can't express that enough. Take your time and display what's in front of you. So that's how the hearing went. I do not think that it had any order in there because he she continued to let him talk over her the entire time. When it was time for me to tell the truth about what he was lying about, I couldn't speak because he was talking over me, and she was just letting him do it. Like, she kept letting him talk over both of us, and I didn't like that. That was not fair at all to me. But yeah, I'm gonna go into more details on my podcast, so y'all stay tuned for that. And just remember that you have a voice in and out of a courtroom, because I feel like my voice was not heard yesterday. I really truly feel like that. But on my podcast and on my channel, my voice can be heard. He can't talk over me. He can't talk over me here. So I feel safer here than I did in that courthouse. I'm telling the truth. So yeah, you guys, just stay tuned, and I'm going to let you guys know how court went, the nitty gritty. All right, I love you guys. Bye.
Now I know that you love me. You don't need to remind me.